We're the leftovers, Kendra.
You know that anger you get when you deal with like a person that's just completely stupid? What's wrong with your brain? Like why do you not see what you are? Like, and I get there with women, I truly do.
As a man, I expect you to provide. Under no circumstances will I ever touch bills.
They lay you down, they spray you down, but they don't stay around.
I've never done anything remotely wrong in my life, ever.
Always gonna love me more than I'm ever gonna love you. And if a man wants to be in my life, he needs to spend his every waking hour thinking of ways on how he needs to convince me that he should even be graced by my presence.
This whole threat of women, oh, you're gonna grow old and die alone. No, we're not. That's not a threat. We have our friends. We have our sisters with us. Did you ever see the Golden Girls, my dude?
Oh my God.
That's not a cautionary tale. It's a goddamn victory lap.
Listen, don't make a scene, all right?
I want to talk to that fucking bitch.
Hey, be fucking nice. Don't fuck up in here.
You know, sometimes we get so wrapped up in how a problem bothers us, we don't see what the problem really is.
All y'all do the same shit, whether if you was some homeless shit trying to dig cigarettes out of a trash can or you live in the White House.
She's going to have issues for the rest of her life.
Emotionally daunting and hurtful when I just keep hitting a wall, you know.
The whole reason why I really didn't, pursue it because he was a good guy.
You gotta know when to say when, bitch. Our coochie cutter days are over. Forever 21 was a lie. Sit down. Stop playing with yourself.
Women have it hard, okay? Women have it hard. You have no idea what women go through every day, okay?
Let them genuinely talk. You'll see real fast, like, oh my God, this bitch is dumb as hell.
I've slept with over 200 men.
200, man?
I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up.
The reason why these men keep threatening you about being single and dying alone and you're a cat lady is because you being single is the greatest threat, especially to this modern day man. Don't fall for his nonsense talking about you gonna be a cat lady. Say thank you.
Men are inside of women's down their guys are literally into a girl's.
We'll return after these messages.
She wouldn't have to resort to online dating. If her personality was just so great and she was amazing.
She might not have told you this, but my daughters do not respect men. So I'm letting you know that now, and I'm not joking when I tell you that, brother. And they have mouths when it comes to them getting into disagreements and engagements with men. And they will verbally put some lashings on you, brother, because they don't respect men. I'm just giving it to you forefront, brother, so you know what you're going
Oh, happy.
I am so sick of men. I am so sick of y'all's ass.
Oh, a happy, what is it, Thursday? Hello. I hope you guys are doing okay. I am excited to be here. We did 3 this week. 3 pineapple shows. So this is the last one for this week. What you talking about? Already on my case. Melly always late. I wasn't late.
I was here. Emotionally, mentally, you. They will disrespect you. They are on the DL, bisexual, gay, whatever.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.
They don't know how to make plans. They don't know how to be good communicators. They don't know what they want. And they act like children.
Lots of things wrong when it comes to women. I'm not a devil, and by no means am I a monster.
Oh, Lord, I know it. If she says something intelligent, I'll give her credit for it. But I'm willing. There's gonna be some dumbass shit.
I'm going. I want my money right now.
Don't get your money. Don't worry.
The arrangement is over.
No kidding. No kidding.
I'm not just having sex with 1, not 2, but 3 different guys. That's right. I'm a player, but that's cool because I got it like that.
We're the leftovers, Kendra.
Who's the leftovers?
We're the leftovers, and I saw it. I read an article.
Who's the we? Who's the we?
They said that anybody
Girl is
above the age of 30
self-satisfaction.
are
You feel what I'm saying? If I'm with a girl, but I see another girl that I like.
Let me tell you something. I'm trying to be kind.
This concept of I could do better, bitch. At least 85% of men who approached women were really out of the woman's league. The only thing that kept the woman in a league was because she looked a little cute and she might suck a dick. That was it. At least 85% of men who have approached 100% of women were out of the woman's league, for real. Like on some real shit, not just, looking cute for that 5 minutes, but on some real, like on character levels, intellect levels, the man's out of her league.
Don't fuck with me, fellas! This ain't my first time at the rodeo. A lot of these men are sticking their eggplants down the throat of Billy's mouth.
You tell someone you're single and you look good, I'm riding around and I got a drop top for the summer, a truck for the winter, the work truck out front, and folks is looking at the outside like, why is she single? Why does she have? There's nothing wrong with being single. I'm single, sexy, happy, living and enjoying life. And when the right one comes along, by the grace of God, I'll know it and we'll move ahead from there.
Okay. Did you know that 25% of women in the United States are getting treated for a mental illness? That means 75% of them are running around untreated.
Misogynist. As he said, misogyny is still real in our community.
I would say, number one, I know it's a shock to everyone, but sexism remains real and a very pertinent issue. But
Most people just don't want to deal with them because on average, they just are not good, genuine people to be around. They're good to look at. They're good to work in brothels. They're good to, try to take over a bar. They're good when they're handing you food as they're a waitress or they're on a call center
Green
call or something
flags.
like that. But anything other than that, we really don't want 85% of y'all around. Just leave. It's sad to say, but it's the reality on it.
Women will continue to only hook up with the top 10% of men because there is literally no reason for them to mess with anybody else.
The most handsome man I had ever seen in my life, and I decided that he needed to be mine.
So he drops her off and tells her it's not him, it's her.
I can feel him running through my veins. He's still in me.
He was gorgeous. He was 6'3" and 39. He was way out of my league. And
There,
he
but
did not
that's
ask
fine.
for the end of it.
Will I ever crying over emotionally unavailable men? No. But will I at least stop trying to date them?
Hey, baby girl.
So no. How come every time you have sex with someone, they leave?
Whatever you want. I'll cook for you, wait on you, make love to you. I can make you so sweet.
Okay, because I'm the type of woman, I have money. I got my own money. I get my own bag. I don't got to deal with nobody's shit. So if you're treating me how I don't want to be treated, if you do.
That woman is finished. I get it, she probably gives good head. You probably bust big nuts in her and shit like that. Woman's brain is only a one-way street. Very rarely can a woman, once she goes down a one-way street, can she go, oh, wait, I'm doing this wrong and turn around and fix it. Their brains are not made to maintain anything for long term. See, maintenance, the only time they become that aware is once they get super fucked up. Once they know they're ugly or they're 400 pounds or they got 8 kids by 15 different men. Once they fall into those categories, see, now it's that awareness of, now I got to maintain shit. Now I got to act like I have some sense.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Everybody hit the like button. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for, just rocking with me. Appreciate you. I want to talk about something real quick. I had a whole different lineup lined up. Well, I had some Instagram reels that I wanted to go over, but I think I'm gonna do that another time because I came across this right before I came on here, and then hopefully, we should be able to get to this too. But I want to talk about the title of the stream. Before that, let's do some housekeeping. I guess that's what they call it. If you want me to stay on 2 hours, I'm looking to meet a $10 live stream goal. Cash App, PayPal, pinned to the top of the chat. Or is it pinned to the top of the chat? Yeah, it is. Or it's also in the description. Or you could do super chat, super sticker. That's the dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. That goes for Rumble and YouTube. But I think men are delusional about dating too, guys. What up, Lauren? Oh, let me ask you a question real quick, Lauren. Or you could just tell me to go fuck myself. Um, what would your husband say about what it's like to be in a relationship with you? If he was just hooked up to a lie detector test and I don't know. If he was honest, he'd win $1 million if he was honest towards all the questions. What would he say like, "Oh, my girlfriend's the most," or no, I'm sorry, not my girlfriend. My wife is the most chill person in the world. Would he say, she have her moments? Do you have your moments where you give your husband hell? I mean, you're a woman after all. I mean, you're a cool woman. You're the queen of the stream, but you're a woman. So, I mean, women are, even the cool women or the good ones, they're a little chaotic. I mean, your nature is chaos, respectfully. So, would you say you give your husband hell sometimes? I mean, I feel like even the best of women give their significant other hell sometime, or you might just be having a bad day, bad hair day, whatever the fuck. The house is a mess and you don't feel like cleaning it up, so you just spaz out real quick. Even the best of women, I think, have those moments. Um, so I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, would you say you sometimes give your husband hell? Wait, for some reason I can't see the other word. Let me pull up. Yeah, we about to get started. We about to get started. He is so kind and loving. That's dope. That's dope. Okay, he would say there's ups and downs. Okay, cool. So, and that's fine. There's ups and downs with even the best of relationships on the planet. There's definitely ups and downs. It's just part of life. There's ups and downs in life. She says through thick and thin we get through it, but I never maliciously attack him or yell at him. I just have episodes sometimes. Anyway, sorry, probably TMI. No, it's fine. It's fine. Um, so let me touch on that real quick. I think a lot of men, possibly even most men, are delusional about dating because I feel like, and I don't know if it's under 40, but either way, there's millions of men. They have this idea that they're gonna meet this cute chick and she's so sweet and loving and she loves him for him and she don't really care about money and she gets along with his mom and she's gonna be so loyal and she's just so crazy about him and she's gonna be so crazy about him forever and never cheat on him and never leave him. Like men really do. A lot of men still have this concept in their head. They really believe this shit. That's not reality, brothers. It's silly for you to even think that's ever gonna happen for you one day, even if you do find your partner. So okay, let me get more specific. I mean, I could break down each one of those points, but I really want to start with the looks. Let's start with the looks. We get it. Men are visual. Men want a cute chick. Ideally, men want at least a 6 who's fit, right? And I haven't seen. I think they bullied him off the internet. Raymond, remember Raymond? I think he's still. I don't even know if he still do videos. Let me see. I know he's on Kick.
And you know what happens in the boudoir with a lot of you ladies? You start to perform.
Bear with me. We about to get the show started. I mean, I guess the show technically already has started, but just bear with me. We're gonna get into the thick
And
of it.
you know what?
I just want to see if Raymond's still making videos on YouTube. I think they bullied him off. They might have bullied him off or got his channel deleted even. Oh, is this his dad? Oh, why he can't return to YouTube? Well, Oh yeah, no video. Yeah, they got him the fuck out of there. They got him the fuck out of there. He's still on Kick though. Or is he posting on his second YouTube channel? Nope. That's fucked up. Let's check out his Kick real quick, and then we'll. He's probably live. Oh yeah, he's live now.
Um, Even now, just kind of gaining back some weight from junk food, really.
Okay, so Raymond is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Um, there's an Instagram reel that I was gonna pull up and go over, but I think we're gonna just do it tomorrow or something. Tomorrow night, where it was some dude, and the reel is about how his woman is so into him or whatever, and you got dudes in the comment section like, "Oh, I'm on sewer ride watch. Where's the shotgun?" Because they're depressed that they don't got a girl who loves them. It's just I don't want to say it pisses me off. It's not that. I get it. We're human beings. We want companionship and this and that. Um, but you got to snap out of that shit, fellas. I know most of the people, if not all the men who watch my channel, you already snapped out of it. Um, oh, it's cool, Lauren. It's cool. Um, anyway, so let me use Raymond as an example because he's one of those. I mean, I guess he would consider himself an incel. He I think he said one time like, "Look, all I want is a fit, you know, six. Basically, I don't think I'm asking for too much." That's not gonna happen for most men. Y'all know I can go into details about why the fairy tale isn't real, but I just want to. Maybe we'll go into it some more when I go over the original content I was planning on going over tonight. But I just want to. I just want to stick to the looks real quick, and then we'll get into the show. Most men are not getting a fit six. It's not gonna fucking happen, especially with the way the dating market is now. Let that fairy tale shit go. Well, first, look, women aren't sugar and spice and everything nice, but we'll get to that another day. Of why the fairy tale isn't real. Most men don't qualify for a fit six. And I'm not saying that based on how I believe it should be or what I think men's value is. I'm going by how the dating market actually works. Y'all know what I believe. 90% of men are out of 100% of women's league. Whatever I'm being hyperbolic, but y'all know what I mean. I think men are out of women's league. Even short, ugly, broke men, I think they are out of supermodels league. If he got a good head on his shoulder and he a decent dude, I think he's out of her league. Fuck, I'm just gonna play the meme real quick because he explain it better than I can.
This concept of I could do better, at least 85% of men who approached women were really out of the woman's league. For the only thing that kept a woman in a league was because she looked a little cute and she might suck a dick. That was it. At least 85% of men who have approached 100% of women were out of the woman's league for real. Like on some real shit, not just looking cute for that 5 minutes, but on some real, like on character levels, intellect levels. The man's out of her league.
I mean, yeah. So let's just be clear. The only thing that keep a woman in the league is she looked a little cute and she might suck a dick. Like, okay, but anyway, see, because a lot of guys, I really want to talk about like a lot of guys feel like if I can't at least get a fit six, then fuck it. Well, okay, cool, but I don't want to hear you crying and bitching and talking about where's the shotgun when you see a cute girl talking about how she love her boyfriend on the internet. Anyway, let's just move on. We'll talk about it another day. But yeah, I think a lot of men are delusional about dating as well because they don't understand female nature, and a lot of maybe it's just the young generation, but I don't think it's just the young generation. A lot of guys just don't understand that. I mean, when you just look at people's wives, most people who you know that are married are not married to some super hot chick. They're married to average Janes, chubby average Janes, maybe slightly fit average Jane, crazy average Janes, goofy average Janes. Anyway, let's move on. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the whole Akash Singh situation with him and his wife, and we're gonna go over the video. But just before we get into the video, I want to say MTR OD'd on Akash. I think MTR is going too far to the point where it's getting like on some bully shit when it comes to another man and his wife. Now, I get it. We're in this space. You can say we're journalists. I get covering it once, maybe twice max. Okay? Because it's a touchy subject. You're dealing with two people's real lives, a married couple. Now, granted, I'm not on the wife's side. I think she's a, whatever. She's a bitchy, dingbat cunt, entitled bitchy dingbat cunt. So it's not me taking up for her, or it's not even. I mean, I think Akash is kind of a cunt, but it's bigger than that. See, it's about principles, standards, and character. It's not about who I like or don't like. So, because comedians are assholes. I'm not the type that I don't think I would like comedians. I don't think I can hang out with comedians. I think most comedians are jerks in real life, and a lot of their comedy comes from a dark place. A lot of them are dark people, you know. But anyway, but you're dealing with a married couple. You're dealing with a man and his wife. That's heavy when you're dealing with a man who's currently married, his husband and wife currently married, and you talking about their business on the internet. I get it. When people put their business on the internet, it's for dissection. You're opening yourself up for people to commentate on whatever happened in the public sphere. Yeah, no question. But it's a limit to me. So I want to show y'all something. Cause I think MTR is just piling on too much with this shit, man. Cause it could be argued that you could be a major part in ruining two people's lives. I consider shit like that. I remember when they were piling on to Amy Winehouse, one of my favorite artists, by the way. Like one of my favorite artists of all time, Tupac and Amy Winehouse, two of the greatest artists of all time of any genre, in my opinion. When she was on drugs or drinking or something, they were like literally bullying her in the media. I'm like, even like, I just thought it was disgusting. I thought it was disgusting and gross. It doesn't matter if she was a druggie. I don't care if the same thing with Britney Spears when she was losing her mind initially. It was sickening how the media was bullying her. It was inhumane, regardless of what you think about Britney Spears. Uh, so I'm against piling on somebody. Like I said, I get it. She shaved her head bald and beat the shit out of that car with a bat. Yeah, you gonna cover it. but they piled on for months, probably years after that. Sick subhuman shit. And I think that's where MTR is going. Now, I want to start with this again. I get doing one or two videos. It was the biggest story on the internet for probably a couple weeks. I get it, one or two videos. I want to show y'all how many videos this man has done on Akash Singh and his wife. I think he's out of line. I'm gonna be frank with you. Let's see, Akash. I like MTR, but I'm just saying. Let's count how many full-length videos he's done on this since it's happened. I'm gonna count it out with y'all. And y'all tell me, is this OD and is he out of pocket? Is it a character issue now that he keep piling on? And this man almost has 1 million subscribers, so it's not like he my channel and I did a certain amount of videos about because of shit. Don't nobody looking. It's 10, 15 people that watch this channel. Big difference. But let's count. Count with me, y'all. This situation happened. Let's see. Flagrant, painted nail, comedian wife returned, hub and wait, what? To destroy? Okay, yep. We'll start here. We won't even count this one because I don't even think that was about that. Akasha's, no, actually it was 5 months ago. So we start from here. Nope, there's another one. No, it's a playlist, but no, we ain't even gonna look at that. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's not about him. He just used his name in the title. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 videos, folks, about this man and his wife. I mean, essentially clowning him and just keep rehashing the humiliation. Now, I don't want to say anything. I'm trying to watch what I say here. But if Akash pulled up on MTR and beat his ass, would he be out of pocket? Like, no, I'm not trying to put that in the universe, but I'm saying if Kosh like literally found, I'm not trying to take it far. I'm not trying to put stuff in the universe. But if Akash was just out at Costco's and just happened to see MTR and wanted to run him that fade, would that be unheard of? Would he be out of pocket? I just want to see what y'all think. You keep making videos about me and my wife. 23 of them. I think it's out of pocket. Y'all talk to me, please. But we gonna get into this video.
Great for me because I got more trips to fund. But I cannot believe that we are still digging up new information almost a year after we originally called this out.
Oh no, you don't got to keep digging into it, MTR. You could just leave this shit alone. That's what I'm saying. Look, my point is everything ain't about views. Sometimes you just gotta put character before views at some point. It's not like he's not gonna make money if he make videos about other shit. There's plenty of shit on the internet, plenty of dingbats to go over. I get it. This probably get a lot of views, so he's just going by what the numbers say. If the numbers keep saying these my highest viewed videos, I'm gonna keep making. But no, sometimes character gotta kick in and be like, all right, I'm piling on this man and his wife. Like maybe I should chill.
He did. Which is great for me because I got more trips to fund. But I cannot believe that we are still digging up new information almost a year after we originally called this out.
Akash only dates Brown.
Yeah,
Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an
So
Indian
this
woman.
is
that was
like
important to
loyal
me.
through and through.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. Okay, So I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
Okay, this is your wife. Now, supposedly she was supposed to be some type of virgin or something that came out years ago or something. But she's on the internet, a man's wife, a entertainer, a public figure. She's on TikTok talking about how she was popping her pussy in white boy frat houses. Absolutely diabolical. Now, I'm pretty sure they were married. I think they've been married since... I think they've been married since, I don't know, 2019-ish. Something like that. Um, how out of pocket is that? Now, am I saying he should have went home immediately after that TikTok was dropped of her saying that and filed for divorce? No, it's not that simple. I get it. But that TikTok should have been, if he had any balls or any pull in his household, her TikTok account would have been deleted the next day. See, you got a lot of men who they can't make their wife do shit. They can't make their wife go get them some soup when they're sick, let alone get their wife to delete her TikTok account. And that's what everybody's been clowning this man about. Now I don't think I made a video even talking about this. So I don't want to be too much of a hypocrite. So I think this is my first video talking about this. But yeah, look, probably am. I probably am gonna sound like a hypocrite because I gotta go in on Akash. But I'm not gonna keep beating a dead horse. But I gotta just get my opinions out about this shit. And if Akash ever see me out in public, well, he doesn't know what I look like. So I guess he can't see me with the hands. What? She's disrespectful and reckless with the mouth. And he allows it. Because he's just happy to be with a pretty bitch. And that's a sad place to be as a man. What up, X? What up, X? It's a sad place to be. Because, see, and I talked about this before. When you scared to lose the bitch, you ain't leading the bitch. Say it again. There's no exceptions to this. Well, essentially, yeah, I'll just stick to this. When you're scared to lose the bitch, you're not leading the bitch. Because you're going to be scared to say what need to be said because you might lose her. Even though you know what you were going to say, it's the right thing. If you feel like it's going to make you lose her, you're going to bite your tongue. Well, let's continue. Let's see what else she said real quick. This is even crazier. This make the whole I used to pop my pussy at frat houses look like a nursery rhyme. What's coming next?
Is like loyal through and through.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. What? His face card always slays, never declines. What? And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
And once again,
so let me just recap what we just heard there. She was sitting in front of her friend on a podcast talking about how hot her husband is and how much she want to have an orgy so she can fuck her husband, and his dick probably 10 inches, his face is gorgeous, and his body is that of a Greek god's. And this is a married woman just disrespecting him time after time after time after time again on a fucking podcast. So that's not up for debate. Akash Singh's wife doesn't respect him. It's just that's not up for debate. And I want to say this. She might love him. Because I've talked about this before. A woman can love you in a sense, but not respect you. That's a thing. I mean, I'm sure she care about him. I mean, I don't know if she love him or not, but I mean, she probably care about him. They've been together since she was in college, pretty sure. This is sad.
again, the internet remains undefeated because even after everything has already been uncovered, people are still finding new details that continue to expose the simp in chief and the harpy in command. So today, we're going to break down even further how Ghislaine the Jezebel has allegedly been the hurricane that tore down Akash Singh's relationship with his former best friend, Andrew Schultz. And mind you, Andrew is a major reason, if not the reason, that Akash even reached the position that he is in today. The same position that helped fund all of those Chanel bags in his wife's arsenal. So
yeah, see, that's diabolical, man. Niggas be wallets for their wives. I mean, if that's what people want to do, that's what they could do. I talked about this earlier. Yeah, I let chicks know from I will never be a wallet. Don't associate my love with a wallet. Don't associate our romantic life with a wallet. Manhood ain't tied to a wallet. Chanel bags. So anyway, so real quick. Well, I'll get to it when we get to that part.
Let's go ahead and go to the channel American Redact for the update and break it down to the molecules. Without further ado.
With your wife, someone called her a gold digger or something.
Oh, it was a whole thing online. So
it was a big thing.
Yeah, there's this community of people online who don't really like women, and it's like their whole identity is women are awful.
Well, no, man. I guess my whole identity is women are awful. That's all y'all know me for. Well, it's not my whole identity, but that is kind of what this channel is about because they are. Please, I mean, I'm open to people coming in the chat and debunking anything. I don't think anything has ever been debunked. And we've had a couple challengers. I get excited when we get a challenger. And I just be hoping they can make some sound arguments, and they rarely ever do. Ever. I'm remembering a few in my head right now. That's such a weak ass interpretation. Like people just be saying shit. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Now I don't know. I mean, far as his wife being a gold digger, he was doing comedy when he met her, but I think he was just like a struggling comedian. I don't think he had any type of real super crazy motion at that point. So I don't know if I would. But he may have. But he might have. You know, he might have been making a low key 100K. There's some comics out here that you never heard of that's definitely getting it. But he probably he set the tone that he was going to be a simp early on in the relationship. So even if he didn't have the bag, he gave her everything that he had at the time. You see what I'm saying? And she already knew. Look, women could clock men pretty quickly. She already knew what type of boyfriend she had. A sucker that'd do anything to not lose her. She clocked that real quick early on in the relationship. So even if he didn't have the bag, she knew if he ever did get the bag, she was gonna get Chanel bags. Just based on who he is as a person. But let's run it back and keep it going. So okay, real quick. So this is an example of a man who's delusional about women and about his personal relationship with his wife. So yeah, men are definitely delusional too, for sure. Man, listen to me. That's why I always tell women when I first start talking to them or get with them, this ain't no. I maybe don't word it this way, but no, this ain't about to be no easy ride. I'm a good dude. It's gonna be a pleasure for you to be with me. I don't word it like this, but I'm just talking to y'all. It's a pleasure to be with me, whether I'm rich, whether I'm broke, because I'm a solid motherfucker, and there ain't a lot of motherfuckers out there like me. No ego, it's just real talk. Uh, so yeah, this isn't some free ride. This ain't gonna be just smooth sailing all the time. You're gonna have to make some sacrifices for me. I don't just stay with bitches just because you a bitch and you happen to be here with me. Yeah, you gotta show me something. See, in my opinion, with him, he's just happy to have a pretty bitch standing next to him. It's not about just her being pretty. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that he's absolutely in love with this woman. Um, but let's be real. When men fall in love with a woman, she's attractive. I'm not gonna try to front and say she mid. I think she's attractive. That's a part of why he's so in love with her. It's not her mind blowing personality. I just in my humble opinion, if you've heard her talk. It's not her mind-blowing personality. And it's not her groundbreaking respect for him.
Without further ado.
With your wife, someone called her a gold digger or something.
Oh, it was a whole thing online. So
it was a big thing.
Yeah, there's this community of people online who don't really like women, and it's like their whole identity is women are awful. And then my wife is like me. She says crazy things. I don't care what she says. They're all jokes. I know it. And we don't get offended by jokes.
How do you?
Bro, I mean, you know what? They're all jokes. Look, hey, you know, okay, let me take it slow. Whatever works for them. If you find it to be a joke every time your woman comes on a public platform and say completely out of pocket shit, it's not for me to, I mean, I can have an opinion on it, but if that worked for y'all, God bless you. But I'm still gonna break this shit down. Because there's certain shit your wife shouldn't even be joking about, but that's just my opinion. If it worked for them, God bless them. But see, here's how I know what he just said is bullshit. If it was all jokes and you don't get offended by jokes, why did you leave the huge podcast that you were on after y'all did a podcast about it? And then you never came back to the podcast. If it's all, and why did you block your best friend, Andrew Schultz, if it's all just jokes? Yeah, it ain't adding up, big dog.
Thing online. So
it was a big thing.
Yeah, there's this community of people online who don't really like women, and it's like their whole identity is women are awful. And then my wife is like me. She says crazy things. I don't care what she says. They're all jokes. I know it. And we don't get offended by jokes.
How do you and your husband split finances?
We don't. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money, and my money is my money.
All right, so it's been around 2 months since Akash Singh officially quit the Flagrant podcast that he co-hosted with Andrew Schultz, and ever since then, it's beginning to seem like quitting Flagrant wasn't really his decision in the first place. Like a lot of people think his wife, Jasleen, was actually the one who ultimately convinced or outright pressured him to walk away from the show.
Yeah.
Because after she humiliated him in front of the entire world last year, she's now claiming that she was digitally SA'd by everyone who criticized her for being a terrible wife, which is obviously absurd because
digitally SA'd. That shows you right there how ridiculous this woman is. They was roasting her online. Anybody that made a joke about the situation, digitally. Yeah. Look, I'll be right back. I'm going to play something else and I'll be right back.
Why are you not marrying them?
Because I don't want to. I'm single.
Why do you think we're not exercising the same option? You think we not because we don't have the option?
You don't. There are women in my lineup that would love to be my wife. All I got to do is say the word.
Why you not marrying them though?
Do you have that?
Why you not marrying? Why you not marrying them?
Do you have that?
The sad part is that they don't have the candidates that they're looking for. See, he actually got chicks that could fit wife status. He just know it's not smart. They don't even have the guy that will be considered a husband to them.
Why are you not marrying them?
Because I don't want to. I'm single.
Why do you think we're not exercising the same option? You think we not because we don't have the option?
You don't. Because if you did, you would be married. It's over with.
If a man met me, I wouldn't get married to a man just because he want to marry me. I just don't want to marry my husband just as much as he want to marry me.
Let me tell you something.
Because you only found him.
The man that you want don't want your ass. That's why you're not married, okay? The women that I have on my corner, they willing to do whatever I want them to do as long. I just gotta say the word. I just gotta say the word. That's all I gotta do is say the word. And I'm married. I can have a polygamous lifestyle. I can marry 2. I can marry 3. I can marry 4. I choose not to. Can you do that?
Mom,
nope.
Where you buy that horn from that you be tooting for yourself?
No, you cannot do that.
Horn. Where you buy that? Target. They sell it Target.
You cannot do that.
Where they sell
That's the difference. There are way more good women in the world than there are men, lady.
Choose their wife. That's why we can't do that.
There are way more good women in the world than there are good men.
Of course.
Hey, listen. I got 5 baby mamas, and I can find a wife before both of y'all.
That don't even hold on. She said if they were out here getting down on one knee, that still don't make sense because you would have to still qualify to the guy that you get down on one knee for. Maybe that man would say no to you. See, a lot of women, they think that they qualify for all guys because they got that cat, because they know any dude will sleep with them. But when it comes down to taking you, in as my wife to say that I'm going to be forever with you, a lot of them don't qualify for that. That's why a lot of them are just having sex now. And they don't have the option. They just have the option of the guy who want to F them, which makes them think that they have the husband option.
Find a husband.
How you know?
I know I can. I got him on deck right now.
But what
all I gotta do is say the word.
Who would be your wife though? What type of woman would that be?
What?
What type of woman would be your wife?
What does it matter?
So
You
listen,
get what
right?
I'm saying?
So listen, right? So there are still women out here who still love alpha men, right? They still like the covenant of a man. They still want to be in the presence of a man, right?
Yeah.
And so with the way I built myself up in all ways possible, to the best of my ability, I have given myself the options of where there are women that's willing to be whatever the I need them to be. All I gotta say is the word.
Hey.
So it's not like I'm single because I have to be. I'm single because I want to be. Right now, I'm chasing some. I honestly, and not to be on, just sound like on no big dog. I just feel like a woman, the energy that I have to put into a relationship, I don't have that energy right now because I'm chasing some other. I want my next relationship to be my last. And throughout my experience of failing so many times, I know exactly how to make my woman happy right now. I just don't have the time right now. But once I choose this woman, watch what I tell you. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be up.
Let me tell you this: nothing is wrong with what you just said, right? Nothing's wrong with it. The issue is, why do you think that that's only an option for you? Why do you think the women are single? Why can't we be single because we want to be?
Because a man automatically helps you. He automatically elevates you. What are you talking about? You get with the right man who has the right resources, your life quality is better. It doesn't work the same with us. If you get with us, our lives become harder now because we have to work harder to make sure that you're happy as well and everything is taken care of. Your life is going to instantly be better. That's why it's different.
Okay, because there's a difference in dynamic with men and women, right? Women naturally are nurturers, they're naturally loving, and they're naturally built for commitment and families, okay? And so this is something that they naturally want. They naturally want to have a family, okay? What happens is when you experience so many bad things, it steers you away from it. So when a woman says that I don't want to be in a relationship and I'm cool with being single, to a man that just sounds like you didn't up too many times and you didn't give it up. Because a woman, now men are different. We seed spreaders. We're not the same. We're built the same, built different. I mean,
that's why I'm single, because I don't want to be with a seed spreader.
But see, the thing about it is this is why
all men are designed
nature,
to.
Women always question, why the hell can't you just stop? Because this is how we built. Y'all not built that way. And the sooner y'all realize that we are two different beings, we will get along better. We understand women. We understand that you are an emotional being. There's nothing you can do to stop that. So as a man, as a leader, as a provider, as your husband, I have to know how to navigate those feelings because that's something naturally that you just can't control. You're a female and you're gonna be emotional. So I cannot be delusional as a man and think that I'm gonna get with any woman and not have to deal with her emotions to some sort of degree. We understand that. But when it comes to a woman understanding the biology of a man, it's like, oh, you have no discipline. You need to pray. You are hoe. You know, this is how we built. Even if we don't, and I say this all the time, all men don't cheat. All men don't cheat, but all men will cheat. And y'all act like y'all don't understand it. It's not. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with discipline. It has nothing to do with discipline. It's just how we are wired. And so you might have. And this is why I say a lot of you women out here have good men. Y'all have good men, good stand-up men, and you leave him for cheating. That's his nature. Not saying to be disrespectful, because that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that is the wrong reason to leave a man, a good man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
because you can be a good woman, but you might have a emotional wreck sometimes, but we understand it. We take the good out of y'all and try to exit the fucking bad.
That
We
is
know,
true.
okay, I got a woman. She cook, she clean, she got good
You gonna
sex,
prioritize
she on
that.
point, she go to the gym, she
Yeah.
do all that, but
You
the
gonna
mouth
prioritize
is
it.
kind of reckless.
Yep.
We will suck that up because you got so much other good shit to replace your fucking badass attitude.
Yep.
This is why y'all say all the hoes women, all the hoes getting married, because hoes know how to treat men. Yes, they got mouth, but they come with more good than bad.
I can't
It's what I'm
fact check
telling
that,
you.
but
The good girls, they don't know how to do it because they've been good too long. They don't know how to.
I can't
Hold
fact
on,
check, fact check
because I'm
that
gonna
one.
refer to him as a bitch, right? A bitch that don't know how to watch her mouth and respect you should never be able to get commitment from you. What are we talking about here?
I'm gonna leave it right here. Y'all just heard what she just said. A chick that can't watch her mouth shouldn't be able to get commitment. She talked real reckless, but I guarantee you she would want a guy to take her serious. But look how she just used her verbiage, and it sounded like she would be considered a hood chick. But guess what? A guy would have to look past that and say, you know what, you got other great qualities. I'm not gonna hold that against you. That's how we can flip that one back on her. There's a lot of qualities that these women have. To them might not be a problem, but to a guy would be a problem. But guess what? That guy's not going to overemphasize on that because guess what? He might be looked at as controlling. He want to change me. He don't want me to be like this. No, that man trying to make you better. But guess what? But for him not to look like a narcissist or a controlling asshole, he's going to just try and focus on all the good qualities and just say, you know what? It's just a woman being a woman. I'm going to let her be. I'm going to let her do her thing. This is where the delusion come in at. This is where the delusion come in at. I think I did say I'm going to leave it right here. So this is where the delusion comes in at when it comes down to modern women standards. Men have been re-engineered, which I think everybody's been re-engineered, but men have really been re-engineered to where you got the provider man, compensated, got the emotional man for the toxic masculinity, and you find out that you really don't like either one of them. So why should a man even take a chick serious if you don't even know what you want? Why should I present myself to be a way that you say you want, but you really don't want it? And you're going to end up leaving it anyway. That's why you shouldn't change for any of these females. Because they're going to end up disliking the person that they change you into. You better off staying the same, and the one that just clings to you, that'll be the one for you. If she just clings to all your changes, that is the one to stay with you because she ultimately loves you. And whether it's real or fake love, like what they were trying to say, oh, you're staying. Why would you stay even if you're not happy? It's duty. That's the ultimate form of loyalty. If you still staying, and let's say you might look at me side eye sometimes, but you still gonna do the right things by me because you know what's the greater good, I'm still gonna appreciate you for that. Because we ain't gonna like each other all the time. It is what it is. They're just humans. Like, what are we talking about? Well, I say you have women that try to argue these points and like they just can't see the logic side of it. And maybe they're not meant to. Maybe it's designed like this to where we won't really fully understand each other. And maybe now with this information age or the social media itself, the internet, we're hearing too much of each side. I think mystery is a beautiful thing sometimes. There's a lot of things you ain't gonna never be able to prove. You ain't gonna never be able to prove God or Jesus exists, but you still believe. So damn near the same way with relationships a lot of the time. I think sometimes they end up knowing too much, which F's them up. But I will say this, once you get with your girl, you do have to teach her reality. If you care about her, you will teach her reality. Because if you're not there anymore, let's say you go before her, you would want her still to be able to navigate through life. So I rather women live in the reality than the fantasy. But that's only meant to be given to someone who you actually care about. Everybody else is going to be in a fantasy world. But for the ones that's close to you, I think that's when a woman has to, like, when she cling on to a guy, even if it be her father, the reality has to be taught at that point in time, because that's the only thing that's really going to help them navigate through life, because life can be vicious. And we're not in a time period where women are just get the privilege to live in a fantasy, to where they're just around only the women. They're not being raised with the men. And then they get picked by a guy and then they go through life with that guy. It's not like that anymore. It's too much meshed together. So you're seeing too much shit. That's another part of the problem. There's no real separation anymore. But it's so many variables we can say. I do want to say Mac Mall was cooking. Shout out to Mac Mall. He always deliver. I'm not going to lie, man. I've been appreciating Mac Mall takes for a while. Definitely hoping I can get on a live with him. But we were just on a live the other night on a channel called Red Pill Crip. We were on that that live together. So for sure, man, definitely want to do some more live collaborations with Mac Mark because he spit a lot of facts, man. I ain't mad at it. This shit was entertaining for sure. But I'll have this link. It's not on YouTube, so y'all gonna have to travel somewhere else to get it. Um, but make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all follow Not the Shop Podcast, which is the YouTube channel link. And make sure y'all follow his Facebook as well. But make sure y'all like the video, hit the video, comment below. This your guy JB Reacts. And until next time, y'all, peace.
Whose face do I see first? Hello?
Oh, hi.
Okay, I see the girl's face.
I don't need.
So let's just look at the body language right here. He looks extremely embarrassed. I mean, they're making jokes, I'm sure. I don't like. Here's the thing: if they were gonna be uptight about, what up, Preston? If he was gonna, or if they as a couple was gonna be uptight about this, why would they go on the podcast to talk about it? Because I don't think he ever returned to the podcast, and this was his podcast. This is a pretty big podcast. What? But look at the body language. He look embarrassed, mortified. The bros are laughing, and she's laughing, and that looks like a genuine smile. So I don't know what was said right there, but this is just a mess. Let's just continue because they're probably all laughing at Akash, and he doesn't find it funny. This is all just sick. Let's continue.
His wife, Jasleen, was actually the one who ultimately convinced or outright pressured him to walk away from the show.
Yeah.
Because after she humiliated him in front of the entire world last year, she's now claiming that she was digitally SA'd by everyone who criticized her
Insane.
for being a terrible wife.
Insane.
Which is obviously absurd, because the majority of people online were simply just reacting to what she put online herself. Like she was really the only reason that whole situation went extremely viral.
Notice when asked how Akash minimizes the entire situation to men that hate women. Meanwhile, it was literally every sector of the internet, right? Like if that's your argument, and I disagree with him, but if that's his argument, literally every sector. I saw gym bros reacting to this shit. I saw comedians reacting to this shit, right? Are you trying to say that everybody just hates women? Or could it be that we're spotting a Jezebel queen destroyer in the flesh? But I agree with the commentator, and I even think it's speculation at this point, for her degree of manipulation is such that she will create an environment for him to choose to leave the podcast.
My wife, Naomi, the Duchess of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, a former model of...
More reason to come back.
As opposed to the other...
Diabolical. I don't like the way that Akash and Andrew Schultz tried to do Myron and Fresh, and I don't like Myron and Fresh. But I just try to stay objective. It's not about who I like or don't like. But I hate to see brothers get done like this. Even brothers that I don't fuck with. I hate to see a brother fall to a bitch. Even my arch enemy. I don't want to see my arch enemy fall to a bitch. Or see his downfall by the hands of a bitch. I just don't like to see it. This is rough, man. But let me go back to something. Your wife showing off her body in a bikini. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. But this is just not appropriate. Everything don't gotta be for the internet, man. But okay, like I said at the beginning of the episode, regardless of what I think about her or him. And I know they're not treating anything like it's sacred, but this is an important lesson I want to teach. And I basically just repeat myself. This is when your personal character comes into play. So it's my belief. I'm gonna speak about this situation, but I do just want to say it is a touchy subject with a current married couple. The shit gets shaky when you start talking about people wives and shit. Motherfuckers then met their demise talking about people wives, fucking people wives, talking about people wives, humiliating people wives. A lot of ass whoopings and deaths have been dished out over a motherfucker wife or even this baby mama or side bitch. So I don't take it lightly. But this is out of pocket. Even this video in itself is out of pocket, is all I wanted to say here.
More reason to come back.
As opposed to the other states.
Mind you, she just posted that. Now, let me ask you, is her behavior synonymous of someone who deserves a $100,000 plus extravagant Indian traditional wedding? Or is this somebody who pop pussies in white boy frat houses on her leisure time? What these double standard demons will convince a simp-minded, weak young man to do for them in lieu of the data or the truth is beyond me. But let's proceed.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this.
And
Do you believe her?
No!
What if
What? Who are these dudes that you talking to, brother? Because it looked like it's just some nondescript ass podcast. I can't imagine me sitting at the table with some niggas that I don't even know that good. I mean, I'm just assuming he don't know him that good. Talking about how my wife was a virgin. See, this isn't. I'm black. This not some black shit. I'm chopping up at the table. Yeah, my wife was a virgin. I mean, maybe I guess I wouldn't know because I'm a loner and I stick to myself, so I don't know what happened in these spaces. But even this is out of pocket. I'm not talking about my wife's virginity with another man. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's my best friend. I don't care who it is. It's nothing sacred anymore, folks.
Ask you this. Do you believe her?
No!
What if you could copy the exact system that I
Because that was disrespectful, and that's why I don't open up about certain things, man. Oh yeah, my wife was a virgin. Do you believe her? That could be a nigga could still on you for that, and he wouldn't be. I mean, he would be out of pocket violence and stuff. I get it, but you get my drift, man. I always think this in my head, and I'm trying to see how I can say this without getting kicked off YouTube. I don't want to live in a society where people feel like they can do and say whatever they want and not get deleted. I want to live in a society where people are scared to do and say certain things for the fear that somebody might just off them about it. I like that idea. We should all be on the same page when it comes to certain shit. Like, I might fuck around and get smoked for this. If I do or say this, I want people to feel that sense when it comes to certain things. And we definitely don't live in that society now. Welcome back, Lauren.
use to generate between $50,000 and $100,000 a month.
Popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses. And I had a
roster of guys that I would rotate through.
So she essentially threw her famous comedian husband under the rug in a lousy attempt to become a social media star. Then when she received backlash for that, she called everyone racist and misogynistic, then forced Akash Singh to quit the Flagrant podcast, which was literally the only thing that made him famous in the first place.
As I'm sure you guys are aware, our boy Akash, he really went through it earlier this year. The experience has put things in perspective for him.
This is weird.
And he's made the decision to focus all of his energy on stand-up. He is going to be stepping away from the pod. It is bittersweet. You know, we wish that he did not want to do that.
So he stepped away from, I think, one of the biggest comedy podcasts out there to defend his wife. Now, let's take it slow. let's hold on. Let's take it slow.
So now, fast forward to today, and it honestly seems like this guy is just spiraling out of control,
look at
both
his
mentally
face.
and physically. Because after quitting the podcast, he essentially went into hiding and only emerged for the comedy sets he did on tour. But just recently, he actually showed face to promote some of his tour dates, and sadly enough, it appears that he may be Bert Kreischerifying himself in real time. I mean, he just looks drastically different.
does.
And a lot of people online speculate that he may be heavily drinking, eating, or both to
Well, MTR, I mean, maybe you played a part in that, MTR. You made 23 videos about this situation. And I'm sure all of them got over like hundreds. I think all of them probably got hundreds of thousands of views. See, this internet, we got to be careful with this internet shit. Now, I'm not, okay. I want to say something, but I just want to be careful. And I don't want to be hypocritical. Um, because I'm double-minded on this. Because, like, okay, y'all know I go over these women. We go over Kendra G's, and things like that. And I don't know if Akash, I'm sure he isn't, are watching or watched all 23 of the videos MTR did on him. He doesn't look good. This looks like this is really weighing on him, just like they just said. Um, like he's drinking or eating himself to death, drinking himself to death. He really needs to drop the broad, in my opinion. And I just and we'll keep going, but I think this needs to be MTR's last video on this.
cope with the fact that he quit one of the largest, most successful comedy podcasts in the world, all because his wife told him to. So
I mean, this is exactly what happens when you don't have a spine, you don't get a prenup, and you believe her bullshit. Now he's trapped in his own mind, trying to convince himself that he still has to protect his wife, even while the situation is ever more damaging to him. And at this point, he might just have to just take the L, divorce her, and lose whatever he has to lose and rebuild from there. Because honestly, he can probably earn all of that money back, but he has the anchor of bullshit they just can't seem to get rid of. But it's wild to watch just in a couple of months.
Okay, let's let's talk about this. So this is it's complicated. So she caused all of this. Let's just start let's start there. She caused all this with all her public disrespect towards her husband. So let's just try to put ourselves in his shoes. She felt like the internet was bullying her. She felt like the podcast that he did, the people on the podcast that he does were bullying her, or they virtually essayed her, this and that. So what do you do as the husband? Your wife feels like you should quit the podcast because they disrespected me and they virtually essayed me. What do you do as a husband? It's a tough spot. I'm gonna be honest. If it was me, I'd be like, I don't care what you're talking about because you're the reason all this started. So no, that's bullshit. Nobody virtually essayed you. That's not a thing. And I'm about to keep doing my podcast. And maybe I can have a discussion with whoever you felt disrespected by, and I could quote unquote check them or tell them about themselves or whatever. But I'm not quitting, the biggest comedian podcast on the internet because you want some bullshit.
Even how his face has transitioned under the weight of all of the
Full
stress. This is the weight of stress, maybe drugs, maybe alcohol, maybe overeating, in order to compensate for what he's feeling right now. But inevitably, this is the weight of happy wife, happy life.
Jasleen Singh might just be one of the biggest gaslighters the world's ever seen.
Big true.
I mean, she even got Akash to unfollow Andrew Schultz on Instagram recently. Like, that's how much she's convinced him into believing that Schultz and everyone criticizing her is in the wrong. And a lot of people attribute that unfollowing to the Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz podcast that they did together, where they joked about never letting your wife on the internet after you're already killing it on there.
Keep your wife off the internet. Internet. Why does your wife have a microphone in her face? Do not allow your wife to start a motherfucking podcast.
Now, I will say this. If you're supposed to be my best friend, you on another podcast with Charlemagne laughing and giggling about probably the hardest time of your marriage and one of the hardest times of your life, because you and your wife getting roasted on the internet by everybody. I still have compassion for this man, regardless if she's a cunt, if he's a simp. I still got compassion for him as a human. So if I saw my best friend essentially clowning me on a solo podcast where I'm not there, clowning me with Charlemagne, yeah, that'd be a problem. I ain't gonna lie. But then, hey, but then again, I'm sensitive, so I don't know if I would have been tripping for that. But y'all let me know how you would feel if you were going through this situation publicly with you and your wife and everybody clowning, the whole internet clowning you, and your best friend on the podcast with Charlemagne basically clowning you too. How would y'all feel about it? Would you take it in stride or what? How would you feel about it?
Internet. Why does your wife have a microphone in her face? Do not allow your wife.
I mean, I agree with what Charlemagne's saying. Don't allow your wife to have a this and that TikTok podcast. But see, this right here is why I don't have friends. Cause dudes like to joke too. I'm not one of those type of bros. Niggas play too much. Niggas joke too much. Niggas say the wrong jokes. You know how men play. It's not a good joke unless you damn near jeopardizing the friendship every joke that you make. I'm cool on that. It's immature. It's low vibrational. I mean, I get a good joke from time to time, but I'm cool on all this. It's all kind of sucker shit to me. That's why I just keep to myself. Cause even like, okay, situations where I had a girlfriend or whatever, like, and guy friends feel like they can like roast your girl, and I'm like, no, I'm not into none of that because that's disrespectful. I don't play those borderline games like where it's like I'm kind of playing, but it's kind of disrespectful, but I'm walking the line. I ain't into none of that at all.
To start a motherfucking podcast, bro.
Yes.
Okay, there can be one entertainer in this family, and it shall be me.
But that little clip isn't the sole reason why Akash unfollowed Andrew Schultz on IG, quit Flagrant, and didn't even have the decency to show up for a final farewell podcast to close that chapter. In fact, Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh's wife have actually had a long history of tension between each other. Like, Jasleen hasn't liked Andrew Schultz for a very long time. And I believe she just used that clip as justification for her husband to finally cut ties with his longtime friend and co-worker, who, might I just add, was there years before Akash ever even met Jasleen. I mean, Akash Singh and Andrew Schultz became friends way before either of them even tasted a lick of success in the comedy world. So when Akash met Jasleen like 6 or 7 years after becoming friends with Schultz, Schultz pretty much just kept it real with Akash whenever Jasleen stepped out of line. But being the succubus that Jasleen is, she's always just resorted to painting Andrew Schultz as the enemy.
I've never liked Andrew Schultz. I always thought he was just a cunty douchebag. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't find, I mean, comedians are cool and funny on stage, but off stage, I find comedians to be fucking cunts. Condescending, out of pocket cunts. Always trying to clown people. I see why niggas fight comedians. Now, and I know I sound like Will Smith. Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. No, I ain't talking about that. But like, like, even like the whole thing, like when I lately, when I'm looking at stand-ups, and the fucking comedians want to roast everybody in the crowd. Everybody not on that, bro. And they be saying out of pocket shit. And you supposed to just take it in stride. But no, everything not a joke to everybody. You know, niggas be on stage, nigga, your fat ass wife. Nigga, you could get smoked behind that after the show. Like, I don't know. I don't know if comedians don't. I think comedians get that though. But I guess that's what's supposed to be funny about it. Like, I just don't give a fuck. Your cockeyed fat ass wife, like niggas done been killed for less. So I don't know. I guess I made my point with that. Um, but this is what I wanted to say. It's not. Let me put it like this. I just believe in keeping your relationship shit within your relationship. So if you a guy and you have male best friends and they don't like your girlfriend, well, I mean, look, she ain't for you to like. Or y'all really don't got to be around each other. You know, just be respectful. You don't got to like her, but just be respectful. If not, then yeah, I'm gonna get away from you because now you disrespecting me by disrespecting her. Why don't people understand that concept? That's another thing that pissed me off. Like, if you disrespect my girl, you disrespected me. So you don't gotta like her. Because a lot of people don't. A lot of spouses don't like their spouses' friends. Like, a lot of guys don't like their girlfriend or wives' friends, and a lot of wives and girlfriends don't like their boyfriend and husband's friends. It's a common thing. But I mean, yeah, it should be some type of basic respect. That's just basic decency, and it should just be common sense. Now, it's a different thing when, look, something's gonna come to a head. If one party is trying to roast the other party or something, yeah, we got to get this shit figured out. So, but yeah, because something's gonna come to head. It's not your girlfriend's place to roast your husband or roast your boyfriend. It's not my friend's place to roast you or nothing like that. That's why I strongly believe in being like a loner, even if like I got a girl or whatever I got. Like, we do our own thing separate in our own world. All this mingling and shit with people, I'm cool on it, man. Because people don't see shit the way I see it, and nothing's sacred anymore. So that's why I keep circles tight, super tight, and I cut people off quick. Like, and like I said, some people think I'm sensitive. I don't give second chances. Like, I'll tell y'all something personal about me. Um, I, I don't take jokes lightly. And when I feel like you just blatantly said something disrespectful to me, I'll just never see you again. Or I'll go out of my way to avoid, like, I don't give like second chances. And I want to be specific. Um, Especially if you say some slick shit literally the first 3 minutes I've met you. I've never been wrong about this. If you're willing to be rude to somebody the first 3 minutes you meet them, you're not a good person. And I've never been wrong about that assumption. Anytime that somebody's kind of said a little slick insult, like literally, I just met them. Oh, nope, they're a piece of shit. And I've never been wrong. Everything that happened after that day confirmed what I thought. That little judgment, I've never been wrong on it. Anyway, let's get back into it.
But being the succubus that Jocelyn is, she's always just resorted to painting Andrew Schultz as the enemy. She even told Akash that Andrew wasn't going to be invited to their big Indian wedding back in 2019,
I didn't know
which
this.
caught Andrew completely by surprise when Akash broke the news to him.
If there's a
Your girl might not get invited to the wedding.
Yeah, like fam, if you didn't invite me to a wedding, I would be
I gotta
pissed.
fight for this invite, dog.
Son, you realize that your mom would have to call me on some shit? Yo, real talk. if you didn't invite me to,
I'm just trying to think. Can I hang out with a nigga who is those leopard pants? All right, I'm tripping. All right. Anyway, I'm just okay. Let's get back into it.
I would be
I gotta
pissed.
fight for this invite, dog.
Son, you realize that your mom would have to call me on some shit? Yo, real talk. If you didn't invite me to, like, your girl shouldn't be at the wedding before me. Like, when you really think about it, like,
why is it?
I got more of a place at the wedding than your girl.
Why is that?
I know you longer.
And did more for him.
See, and this is another thing, like with like male friendships, the whole leader of the friend group and put you on. And he did put. I mean, I guess he probably did put him on, but that's why people don't be wanting to get put on because the motherfucker will never let you live that down. That he put you on. I mean, not that he was rubbing it in his face. Well, I mean, maybe kind of was a little bit, but he was just offended. Like, I'm not getting invited to the wedding. Like, I get it, man, but relationships are so complicated. Friendships, relationships, marriages, relationships with your relatives, shit just can get so complicated, man. That's tricky though, because I'm sure that issue comes up a lot with couples and people who are engaged and stuff. I don't like John. He's not coming to the wedding. Well, bitch, I don't like Tanya. She's not coming to the wedding. What are my thoughts on that? It's tricky. That's tricky. Ah, trying to think what I don't know. I guess it just depends, man. I'll say this. If that friend just blatantly violated at any point, then it's fair for the other spouse to say, I don't want them at the wedding. But if you just don't like them, or it was just some petty ass little minor joke that they made 5 years ago, and now you're saying they can't come to the, like, nah, I wouldn't say for that. But if they just violated, then, I mean, yeah. I mean, at that point, we probably not friends anymore anyway, if they just blatantly violated. But if they're, it depends on what kind of friend they are, you know? I mean, from what I understand, most men aren't just gonna let even their best friend just blatantly violate their wife, or they wouldn't be friends anymore. So I would say in most situations when it's a close friend and he didn't do nothing too out of pocket, then you gotta put your foot down as a man and say, fuck you, Ron's coming to the wedding. But here's another thing I'll touch on before we get back into it. Sometimes you think you're the friend. Sometimes you think you have a higher position as a friend than you do. Because you notice he said, well, I deserve a place at the wedding more than she does, as a joke. And it was kind of a funny joke. But he said, well, why? So that shows to me that there's a disconnect with how much of a friend Andrew think he is to Akash and how much an Akash think Andrew is a friend. Let's hear that one more time.
When you really think about it, your mom would have to call me on some shit. Yo, real talk. If you didn't invite me to, like, your girl shouldn't be at the wedding before me. Like, when you really think about it, like, why is it? I got more of a place at the wedding than your girl.
Why is that?
I know you longer.
And did more for him.
Yo, dead ass? You think I won't be at the wedding?
Dog.
You're gonna be at the wedding.
But, like, how much of a problem will it
I'm
be?
gonna have to fight for you. I'm gonna have to be like, look, this is a really good friend. Like, you've been very helpful in my career. And she's gonna be like, he's an asshole. Why do you have to be at the wedding?
Hold on. It's even a discussion that I might not be at the
It
wedding?
probably will be. I ain't proposed yet, but
Son,
it probably
think
will
about
be.
it. Think about it. If you're out
Yo,
of all
I think
the
we got to
friends,
rethink this proposal, fam. I don't know if she's the one, bro. You think she's the one for us?
Shout out to Andrew and
He said, do you think she's the one for us? I mean, that's real shit. Like, oh my goodness. Ah, okay, let me say this. There's always jealousy. The friends are always jealous of the spouse. I mean, not always, but you know what I mean. That's a common thing because like you're still in my person. Like, no, they're not your person, man. You gotta. Oh my gosh, man. See, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. All this shit come back to character. And I don't, I'm not. I don't try to make it seem like I'm Gandhi or got the perfect character. I have character flaws too, but it's character is important to me. Character is about character. Um, it supersedes. It's supposed to supersede your feelings about something. I don't even like this bitch, but I'm gonna be respectful because it's the right thing to do. This my dude. I'm gonna be respectful. I want to cuss this bitch out. I want to make fun of her, but this my dude. I'm gonna be respectful because it's the right thing to do. But people, the reason why I'm a loner, people don't live by that code. Most people don't live by that code. So I just prefer to stay the fuck away from people then. Um, so I'm the type, and I don't. Y'all can let me know what you think. I don't care. I mean, this is what I'm on, but I'm still curious what y'all think. Look, bro, I don't care what you think about my girl. That's my girl. Apparently, I see something. I'm with her, so I'm fucking with her. So I'll end a 20-year friendship over some shit like that. Just off principle. It's not about you doing it for the bitch per se. I'm doing it on principle. Like, this my woman. So respect me and respect my woman. Even if she is a cunt, hey, maybe hey, if she's that bad of a cunt and she's a horrible person, I'll eventually see it or whatever. But while I'm claiming her, I need you to put some respect on her name, or we don't need to fuck with each other. Just out of respect for me. Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Might not be at the
It
wedding.
probably will be. I ain't proposed yet, but
Son,
it probably
think
will
about
be.
it. Think about it. If you're out of
Yo, I
all
think
the
we got to
friends,
rethink this proposal, fam. I don't know if she's the one, bro. You think she's the one for us?
Shout out to Andrew, and I know a lot of my guys that are down up in the comment section right now are thinking about guy friends that they had in their life. Maybe you still friends with them. Maybe you was able to salvage the relationship, but you recognize that she was a succubus. But here's the thing about succubuses. When they come into a group, a long-standing friend group, and they're looking to identify, right? Like they're playing it smart, right? Like they're uniquely manipulative. And they're checking to see the ones that have any issue and the ones that are the truth tellers, right? The ones that will stop at nothing to protect your happiness. They try their best to move you out of the situation. They try their best to manipulate you into not being their best friend anymore.
Well, this is kind of what I believe. And once again, you got to take it with a grain of salt because it's coming from a loner. I really don't, and I've always been like this. I don't feel the need for my friends to be around my girl, fucking period. I mean, I know a lot of people are in that hanging out as group shit. That's not really me. When I kick it with my girl, I'm kicking it with my girl. If I want to go kick it with my boys, I'll go kick it with my boys. My girl don't need to go with me to go kick it with the boys, even though I don't have any. But if I had some, I wouldn't be taking my girl around them. I mean, obviously, if we cool like that, you gonna cross paths with her here and there, but we ain't about to just be kicking it all the time with my girl around. Partially for this reason right here. So in my ideal setup, you don't even know enough about my girl to say I don't like my girl, or you don't know enough about my girl, or y'all don't even have enough interactions for you to even have a valid argument about, oh, I don't like your girl. And let me say this real quick because this is very important. See, look, most dudes are bitches in their relationship. Let's start there. most men in America, from my perspective, I could be wrong, they don't have any pull in their relationship. Like, so I'll give you an example. Any woman who with me, she can't say whatever she want. She can't be around me and just be saying whatever the fuck she want out of her mouth. Like, for example, like, okay, so if my woman is out with me, we at the pool hall, we kicking it with the fellas. My bitch can't just say whatever pop up in her head. So okay, let me be more specific. You got a lot of these bitches who feel comfortable like roasting men around her man. Like, no, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, no. And you got dudes who won't check their girl. Their girl is roasting other men in the social setting, and the man just standing there. But let me, because I've talked about this before. But peep this. When one of the men be like, hey, bitch, watch your mouth. Now he ready to fight. So your girl been sitting here being disrespectful to other grown men in here for an hour, and you ain't say a peep. You was quiet as a church mouse. But then when another man say, hey man, don't be talking to my girl like that. When another man fight back or say something, hey man, hey, watch that. No, man, shut your bitch ass up and check your girl. It's not a woman's position to be roasting. I don't give a fuck jokes or not. It's not a woman's position to be breaking men's balls. I know a lot of people disagree with this, but I don't give a fuck. That's not a woman's place to break men's balls. Because a man could break a bitch face if she rubbed the wrong nerve. So how about that's the rule? Because women love breaking men's balls. So how about the new rule? If you ain't willing to fight them head up one-on-one without getting no backup from a man and without being able to call a man after you get your ass beat, okay, when a woman can take that head up fade and take the win or loss, like a real woman, without getting anybody else involved at any point before, after, or during, that's when women should be allowed to break men's balls. But the point I was making with that is, if my woman was to say something kind of out of pocket to a family member or friend, I would check that shit. Don't that little funny comment you made. Don't say shit like that no more. But most men in America, keep in mind, most, that's MMA fighters, big buff niggas, all that included. Most niggas is bitches in a relationship, and they're not willing to check their bitch about something like that. They don't got that much pull in their relationship. In my opinion, that's most men in America.
To manipulate you into not being their best friend anymore, or even going as far as to not being a friend with them ever again. They're playing in on your mental health and your energy. They might take a look at the situation and be like, well, why did your friend, right? Like, and start to cast doubt into the reality of him being a good friend to you.
Oh, let me clear that up. Because X said, would I do it in public immediately? Okay. I guess it depends on how bad it is. So I'm trying to think, because I'm pretty sure I got a real life example. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, obviously it depends on the severity of it. It depends. It depends. I'll put it like this. Let me word it like this. I've had things said to me by a man's bitch in a setting where I'm kind of looking like, what nigga? Like you ain't gonna say nothing. So let me put it like, I'm trying to think if I could think of an example without. Let me think of an example. Let me put it like this. I can think of probably 4 or 5 situations where a woman said some out of pocket shit. And based on those, I'm not gonna say exactly what was said, but based on the whatever 3 or 4 examples I have of bitches who said out of pocket shit to me in front of their man, um, I would say something right there. I'm trying to think of a specific. Let me see. It depends, man. I'll just say it depends. If it's some egregious shit, I'm saying something right there. Like, no, don't say that. We ain't doing that. Because it's just it's a spectrum, of course. It's a spectrum. But if it's just some blatant shit, I gotta say something right there on the spot. Um, because I'll put it like this. Well, we're gonna talk about it both times, depending on what it is. We definitely okay. Either way, whether it's egregious or not, we talking about it when we get in the car. We talking about it when we get to the car. And let me say this. Um, fuck was I about to say? Um, well, I'll just say this. I don't know what I was about to say, but I'll say this. That shit would be I don't think y'all understand how much of a turn off that shit would be to me. If she's I don't really want to be with a woman who even think. I mean, women need correction, man. I get it. So I'm not gonna make it just seem like I cut a bitch off for every little mistake or whatever. But I'm trying to articulate to y'all how much of a turn off that would be for me. If a woman says something insulting to a guy, I mean, yeah, to a guy of all things too. I mean, if she says something out of pocket, period. And women should just stay in a fucking woman's place, man. Women talk too fucking much these days. They say whatever they feel the liberty to say whatever the fuck pop up in their mind, and often it's some little slick shit because that's their nature. And that shit, it really bothers me, folks. It really bothers me. And um, that's a whole culture, though, is what I'm trying to say. And this is why you got to be so particular about what type of woman you fuck with, and vetting out not just her, but her mom, her aunts, how her aunts treat their husbands, because this is who your daughter and son are going to be influenced by, and they're getting born into whatever the culture already is amongst your family as the man, and amongst what the culture is with your woman's family. Because every woman in the family might be disrespectful, and that's what your kids are going to learn from. Um, yeah, bitches should stay in a bitch place. Everything that come out of bitch mouth at the social event should be, hey, you want something to drink? I mean, it don't gotta be you want something to drink, but hey, how's the family? Oh, want something to drink? Oh, the weather's been nice. Ain't no fucking ball breaking. Oh, nice plaid shirt, John. Like, man, be quiet. Yeah, that's a good example. If I'm with my bitch and we at the social setting, and she's talking about plaid again, John. Yeah, I would say something right there on the spot. Like, what are you talking plaid again? Don't talk about that. What you talking about that man's shirt for? We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. And I don't even know if y'all would consider that to be egregious or what level that is, but that's a good example I would use. Yeah, I would say something on the spot. Yeah, because if he made some comment about nice dress, Carol. I mean, yeah, you would have a problem with that, and you would want me to say something to him, right? So yeah, I'm gonna say something to you right now. Don't talk about his plaid shirt. Anyway, let's get back into the video.
In on your mental health and your energy, they might take a look at the situation and be like, well, why does your friend, right? Like, and start to cast doubt into the reality of him being a good friend to you. That's what they do. They'll try to separate because they don't want you communicating with the friends that keep it the realest, because those are the ones that'll keep it real about her. The more impact that they have in their life, the less likely that she can control you, for she knows that you're so wrapped up into her that you cannot control your damn self. Listening to Andrew react in that way while they're trying to make jokes out of it, you could tell he was being real. This was his ride or die. And in fact, all of those pictures that we just saw of them in flagrant is from the unity of the asset of collaboration that they made together, Joe Rogan and shit like that. What has she done for him? She's not been an asset within his life, strictly a liability, strictly pulling from him, while Andrew has put him in places through their collaboration that has brought him up.
Didn't want Akash's longtime best friend to be invited to their wedding, then Andrew must have done something extremely out of hand to land himself in that position, right? But after doing some digging, it turns out that Joseline's just a really petty, sensitive person who doesn't ever know when she's actually in the wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure the only reason she didn't like Andrew Schultz back then was because of a handful of slightly negative things Andrew Schultz said to her. Like, for example, the time when she was doing homework for her college classes in the middle of the Flagrant studio right before they shot an episode. Apparently, she was really offended when Andrew asked her to leave. So much so that Andrew and Akash spent like 20 minutes back then having a pretty heated argument over it.
Why am I in shit? That was rude? Was that rude?
Yes.
How was that rude, Akash? Yeah.
It's kind of rude.
Watch Akash's body language.
Why was it rude?
It's kind of rude.
Was it rude? Akash, was it rude?
I don't care.
Yeah, that's out of pocket. So okay, let's hold on. Let's take it slow. Now they played it in black and white, but I'm just looking at Andrew body language. So my woman is in there, bro. You can't kick my no, hell no. Okay, let's. I'm probably at the end of this video. I'm gonna be on Akash and his wife's side. Hold on, let's go back. This is a good video to go over tonight. Let's go back. Let me see. Check in on Rumble. Can we get a donation? I'm gonna put this in the classic playlist. I made a classic live stream playlist. So y'all let me know. I put a few episodes in there. I'm gonna start adding some of these live streams that I think are classic into the classic playlist on the channel. So I'm adding this one. So when we doing streams, if y'all think this is a classic one, or not this one, I don't need y'all vote on this one. I made the decision. But I'm saying in the future, in the middle of a stream, if y'all think this is one of the classics, y'all can let me know in the comment section and I'll put it in the classic playlist. But let's go back. Let's just look at his body language. Apparently she was doing homework in the studio. I mean, I don't know what she was doing that would have made him say get out. I don't know if she was causing a disturbance. She isn't kind of annoying. But let's just peep this. That's what I'm saying. There's etiquette and rules and shit to all this shit.
Of slightly negative things Andrew Schultz said to her. Like, for example, the time when she was doing homework for her college classes in the middle of the Flagrant.
Yeah, that no, bro, don't get that. Yeah, now whatever energy that was, and we don't see the audio. So, bro, yeah, this is fighting energy if that's directed towards my girl. I don't give a fuck if we friends. So let's rewind it one more time. I don't even know what he said, but let's just play this. Cause even look at the body language of the black guy, like, bro, you out of pocket, like you screaming. What? You screaming at another? No. See, this the shit I'm talking about. This is throwing hands worthy. See, this is see. Gosh. I'm not saying that. How do I word this? Because I'm not saying that. Because my message is usually avoid a fight at all costs. Okay. But we're human and we snap, and certain shit just blatantly out of pocket. Where even if it would be the wrong thing to fight your friend over, and you should just have had a word with him. But at the same time, if a nigga taking that energy with your girl and you just snapping still on him, I understand as a fellow human. You can't talk to another man girl like that. Fucking period. I don't care what the circle. Like, you're asking to get stole on. Let's watch it again.
Of slightly negative things Andrew Schultz.
And I have no context. She could have been a cunt. She could have been screaming at him. I mean, obviously, but let's just say for the sake of my argument, she was just being slightly annoying or something, doing her homework, making little comments. I would have to hear some crazy shit on the real life audio of that to defend Andrew screaming at another nigga girl.
Said to her. Like, for example, the time when she was doing homework for her.
Now look at his face. Now even Akash face look like, hey, bitch, you tripping. So I don't know what she's obviously saying something right now, and I don't know what it is. Now, if she's screaming at Andrew, so this is a perfect situation actually, because we was just talking about this. So from their body language right there, she's doing or saying some out of pocket shit right now. And see, this is where being a beta bitch. Look, I don't want to call them. Let's not. I'm trying not to call names. Life's complicated, and certain situations can be complicated and tricky trying to navigate them. I totally understand that. Um, but if nobody else in the world, bro, you gotta have your own bitch in check. Like, even if you a pussy in the world, I get it. Life's hard. Some dudes are tougher than you, bigger than you, whatever. You could be a beta bitch when it come to other men. I could have more understanding for that, because one of these niggas could kill you or beat you to death. And Akasha's a small guy. So I'll give him a pass on being a bitch in that way. But I don't give any man a pass of being a bitch in his own household with his woman. Like, I could even give you a pass. Like, peep this. Because I've been in this situation before. I can even give you a pass on being a bitch when it come to another man's bitch trying to punk you, and you're trying to walk that. Well, I can't go too crazy, or we at Christmas dinner or whatever. I can even understand those situations, but you don't even got your own bitch in check. That's just egregious. Like, that's just egregious. Well, anyway, let's break this down real quick. If I had to guess, she's being out of pocket behind the scenes right now. And at that moment where she's being out of pocket, this was Akasha's moment to check his bitch. Because sometimes this is exactly what I was just talking about. When you're in a social situation, if you don't check your bitch, you might end up in a situation where another nigga check your bitch. Because just because you allow your woman to treat you like a bitch, don't mean every man y'all come in contact is gonna allow your woman to treat them like a bitch. And now you're in an awkward position. And that's why what I was just talking about, why it would be such a turnoff for me if I was in a position like this where a woman was like acting the ass and while we around people. I'm not gonna say it would be an instant deal breaker the first time it happened, necessarily per se, but she don't got too many times to do that and still be with me. And that's why, as I said earlier in this podcast, if you scared to lose the bitch, you can't lead the bitch. It's one or the other. You can either lead the bitch or you can act like you scared to lose the bitch. You can't do both. So this is rough. So, okay, she's probably out of pocket.
College class.
Now, peep Andrew energy.
Classes in the middle of the flagrant studio.
No. Now, look at Akash. Now, Akash is looking at this nigga like, hey, hold on, don't talk to my girl like that. But, bro, you you probably had, I mean, because we know this is the precipice of whatever the beef was. So he didn't probably had an hour to step in and be a man with his bitch that he didn't. And then Andrew finally snapped and checked the bitch, which, like I said, I've been in these situations. I get snapped because I snap. Well, actually, I did snap on somebody. Shout out to Lauren. She just donated $5. Thank you, Lauren. Everybody, shout out Lauren. I actually did snap. Well, I've snapped on a couple of bitches before. One of them I could have lost my job. Because I only got so much patience. I'm a patient guy, but you keep trying to disrespect me, eventually I'm gonna snap. I'm human. I'm thinking of one chick I snapped on. Her man wasn't there, but I'm sure she told him when she got home. And that's why women get so many people killed, man. Because I mean, she could have. Hey, who knows? She could have been dating a psychopath, and he could have came up to the job and blew my brains out. And she was the one that out of pocket because she kept disrespecting me. But so I could have got killed for standing up for myself for a disrespectful bitch. Ain't that a bitch? That's why these situations are so tricky, man. That's why I'm at peace when I'm not around a bitch. That's true peace. Anyway, let's get back to it. So we can just tell by Akash energy, he's pissed that this man just screamed at his woman. But you put yourself in this position. But okay, back to the other side of it. This is tricky because you still can't. I mean, if you could help it, not scream at another nigga bitch. So, I don't know, man. I'm double minded on this shit right here.
Right before they shot an episode. Apparently, she was really offended when Andrew asked her to leave. So much so that Andrew and Akash spent like 20 minutes back then having a pretty heated argument over it.
Why am I in shit? That was rude? Was that rude?
Yes.
Was that rude, Akash? Yeah.
Watch Akash's body language.
Yeah, his body language, Akash's body language is like he's, gosh, like he's scared to address him about it. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm so conflicted on this shit. You can't kick my bitch out. I'm sorry, bro. Like, even like, you can't kick my bitch out though. But see, it all falls back on the man though. So essentially, Akash failed on all fronts as a man in this situation. He failed to check his bitch with whatever the initial problem was, and now after another man kicked your bitch out of the building on the podcast that you basically co-owner of or whatever, now the man is asking you like, was I out of pocket? And you not saying that. You keep looking down at your phone. So this is bad, man.
Why was it rude?
It's kind of rude.
Was it rude? Akash, was it rude?
I don't care.
I don't care. I'm gonna take up for the cunt bitch on this. I hate to say it, but I'm taking up for Jasleen on this situation. Yo man failed you on the front that he didn't put you in your place. So and because keep in mind, women test you to see if you got the nuts to put her in her place. They should test you for the rest of your life, whether it's conscious or subconscious. So he failed the initial shit test of because women are like children. They're begging to be put in their place. I'm trying to see how far I can go before I'm trying to test your manhood to see how far I can go, like what I can get away with. So he failed that shit test. You didn't check me. You let another man scream at me and didn't say anything. And then you let him kick me out. And then after I was kicked out, I looked back at the podcast and he asked you multiple times, was I rude? Was I out of pocket? And then you said you just didn't care. If that was my daughter, even if my daughter was a confirmed cunt, I'd be like, you need to leave this weak ass motherfucker. Because I would tell her exactly what I just told y'all. He failed to check you, and then he let another nigga scream at you. And then, okay, even if we gave him a pass for those two, after the man that kicked you out and screamed at you, he asked you multiple times, was that a problem? Was it rude? And his response was, I don't know, I don't care. That ain't a fucking man at all. Like, I'm trying not to judge, because who knows? Maybe I could get put in a situation like this, but maybe it's a possibility I could have failed on two fronts on the alternate universe, but three, I would like to think that I wouldn't have failed on all three. Trying to give grace here. So let me real quick before we press play again. Hate that I'm taking her side because she's terrible, but I just gotta call it down the middle. I've never liked Andrew, and I can see why Jasleen don't like Andrew, and she may be justified for not liking Andrew. I'm not mad at her for not liking Andrew. And here's the thing: if you're not gonna be a man, the bitch will run the relationship, and if she get enough benefits from it, she'll stay in the relationship. But she'll go ahead and run it because the constant shit test. She's trying to see if she can ever get you to the point of running it, and then she know I got me a weak ass bitch, which on one hand she don't like, but she getting Chanel bags. But yeah, a bitch will gladly, I don't know if I say gladly, a bitch will run you in the ground if you let her. She has no problem running you in the ground, subconsciously or consciously, if you let her.
Akash spent like 20 minutes back then having a pretty heated argument over it.
Why am I in shit? That was rude? Was that rude?
Yes.
How was that rude, Akash? Yeah.
Kind of rude.
Watch Akash's body language.
Why was it rude?
It's kind of rude.
Was it rude? Akash, was it rude?
I don't care. I'll do it when I get home. I won't. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, you should leave it in. You should start right
Hold
now.
on.
Henpecked.
Hold on.
Definitely don't leave it in.
Before we start, because we already started, but was that rude? Was that rude? First of all, something that I learned today that I had only heard in rumors prior was that Akash's girl does not like young Hezzy.
Really?
At all.
Really? I mean,
I felt a vibe.
I don't
no,
blame
she
her.
don't like you.
Oh my God.
No, she don't like you.
Why? Why is that?
And I even gave Akash like a little fake ass compliment. Like, remember when they were doing a podcast, and I was like, man, he waited for you. Like, I've been trying to whatever. You know how you try to pick, promote your boy.
Yeah.
When she don't like you, ain't no brainer.
Hey, bro, feelings mutual. For there.
I
But wait,
felt the
was that
vibes.
rude when I just said we'll wait for Akash's girl? I said we'll wait as long as she needed. We'll wait.
You didn't say it like that.
That's not how you said it.
But that's how I meant. How'd it come out?
Like, get
All right,
out.
we'll wait.
Get the gas.
It was like, all right, we'll wait.
That's the I will wait plus the pause.
Like an
But she
annoyed,
was like,
I'll
"I will
wait."
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm always like, am I being a bitch if I think this is I don't want to be no whipped at. And I was like, she probably upset by that, and I could see how, but.
But on another level, it's like homework is for home. You know what I mean?
I mean, not to play devil's advocate, but we definitely had people here during taping plenty
We
of times.
ain't doing it with her
And
here.
it's
I know
never-
she hates me. We just gonna have me in a.
Peep his body language, yo. See, these situations, man, oh my goodness. See, they're not even friends. See, this is what I'm talking about. They're business associates. That's why, like, Akash probably never even. I mean, this was probably just a career move to fuck with Andrew Schultz. That look on his face, he probably don't fuck with Andrew. Probably haven't for years. So this whole idea that they're best friends, it may seem like that to the outside, but they might not be friends at all. He might not have liked this motherfucker for a long time, but he's just a stepping stone for his career. Because that look that's a serious look right there. That's a serious look, man. See, this is why I don't believe in bringing your girl around, damn near at all. I mean, as much as possible, obviously, within reason.
The back of the road. Like, come on, bro.
That would have been great content.
Yeah.
And of course, back then, a lot of people were taking Akash and Jasline's side, since Andrew Schultz did come across as pretty insufferable in that podcast, as he always does. But as bossy and as annoying as Schultz may be, guys, knowing everything we know about Jasline today, this just seems super blown out of proportion.
Well, the background behind that is that they already had a history. Akash was already with her for a couple of months, if not a year already. So Andrew and her already interacted. Andrew's response there is, after already identifying the type of young lady that she is and already have a preconceived notion based off of the times that they've interacted before. So it was a powder keg waiting.
See, I want to point this out real quick. So I think at the beginning of this podcast, I said a woman can love you but not respect you. And I think the same thing goes for your friends. I think your friends could fuck with you on some level, like, yeah, that's my nigga or whatever, a little bit, but still not respect you. And see, that's why I don't do friendships where we do the ball breaking thing. Because it's such a thin line between, okay, you breaking my balls, we're having fun, versus you're just blatantly disrespecting me. Now, based on that interaction, I don't think Schultz respects Akash. I just don't. And respect is it's just more important than damn near anything. So yeah, I don't want to be friends with anybody where it's like this gray area. Like, do they really respect me? That joke was a little out of pocket. Do they really? Nah, I don't want. I'm cool on that gray area.
The bus. But guess what? Their whole brand is around flagrant, is around saying things offensive, pushing the line, joking in ways that normal people just may not like, right? But you got to have tough skin in that environment. And if they were trying to create an environment, one of which she's over here doing homework, meanwhile, Andrew knows that her presence changes not only the dynamic in the room, but also how flagrant, for lack of a better term, that Akash will speak about different subjects, that he might have felt a certain type of way.
That makes total sense. So to be well, it just goes back to what I just said about, you know, I wouldn't even have my girl around. Like, he should have told his girl no. Can I come in the podcast and do my homework? No. But he was scared to say no. Got a pretty bitch. He just had her for a few months. He ain't trying to blow it. That's why, like, okay, there's this saying that women been saying, and I hate to repeat it, what Dingbat say, but they got this thing now where it's like, I need a man who've had a bad bitch before. I don't want to be his first baddie. Right? And most of the time, bitches who say it ain't baddies, but that's besides the point. There's some real that's some true shit. There's some truth to that. Women don't want a motherfucker who never had a bad. I don't want to be his first baddie. Cause he ain't gonna have the balls to be a man to me. Cause he gonna be too busy trying to not lose me. So he gonna be acting like a bitch. That's what they mean when they say I don't want a man who never had a baddie before. And see, the thing with me, regardless of if I've ever had a baddie or not, I just don't respect women, generally speaking. And the bitch got a long, hard road to even earn my respect, regardless of what she looked like. So yeah, she ain't got to worry about if I ever had one or not. She got an uphill battle. Let me be clear. Let me clean that up a little bit. Based on what I've known, based on what I've seen from women my whole life, I don't respect most women. I'll just say most. Some of them have earned my respect, but they're not used to a man requiring um that they earn it. They think they just should get it because they're women.
Flagrant, for lack of a better term, that Akash will speak about different subjects, that he might have felt a certain type of way. I mean, even watching how Akash's body language was so weird and pensive and not laughing through this whole interaction demonstrates exactly what Andrew was probably trying to remove from the situation. All right, let's keep going.
I think that this was the only reason why Jasleen didn't want Andrew Schultz to be at their huge wedding is actually insane to think about. And it kind of explains everything you see in her character nowadays too. Anyways, Schultz ended up
Where's the body language expert? Oh, did he come? I guess he did come to the wedding. I guess they did come to the wedding. I mean, that they essentially did come to the wedding. But let's peep the body language. Is she leaning away, folks? It looks like he's leaning into her and she's leaning away. Where the fuck is that body language, dude? It almost never fails. Damn, I want to find that body language dude now. Where can I find him? Let me see if I could just AI it. What's the dude's name who analyzes couples' body languages in pictures?
Control is self-satisfaction. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm
Psychologists explain how to indicate a happy couple by their body language. Just one photograph of a couple can reveal a lot about their relationship or a partner's behavior, and sometimes it can even predict their future. This is exactly what Dr. Lillian Glass believes. She's the author of the documentary film Body Language Decoded and the best-selling book He Says, She Says. You don't have to be a man. Number 12. He is my gesture. A hand placed on a partner's torso or chest hints a feeling of possessiveness. As a rule, it's mainly women who use this kind of gesture. Their whole body says, "He is mine." This is a subtle message for any romantic rivals out there. Number 11, mutual kill. If a woman's body is turned to her partner, it means she wants to be as close to him as possible. The man is standing upright next to her with his hand placed on her waist. Pay attention to their hands and how lightly they are placed. He doesn't try to control her and she doesn't resist him. These are the signs of mutual care and a good sexual relationship. Number 10, strong connection. They become used to doing everything.
This isn't what I was looking for. Damn.
Let me tell you. You my little boo thing.
All right, fuck it, because now I'm fucking shit gonna get flagged because that stupid fucking song played. So fuck it. But I know that, like, you're supposed to pay attention who's leaning in and who's leaning away. And he's definitely leaning in and she's leaning away.
Explains everything you see in her character nowadays too. Anyways, Schultz ended up apologizing to Jaslene Singh over dinner, and then he got the invite to the wedding,
So
which
he had
really
to
just shows you the
apologize.
length that Jaslene's willing to drag things out. And this whole situation really just foreshadows what we're seeing with Akash nowadays.
Yo, can we say something? Akash and Akash's wifey and me were on much better terms.
Yes, word?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We had dinner.
Schultz is great. He was great.
I love to hear it. I love to see it.
What I say immediately off the jump.
I'm sorry.
Good,
okay.
good man.
Yeah.
Good
It was
man.
a
Walked
very
up, no confrontation,
no.
nothing.
It was very dope of him to do.
As stupid as I apologize profusely, and I said, I didn't want to create any tension, and I said, and this is
what
a
good
public
friends
apology,
do.
Jaslene, I'm sorry, but what I said was, I think sometimes my, this kind of crazy persona is a little bit more digestible once you know me.
Once you get to know you,
and I didn't put in that time to get
she
to
didn't
know
know
her.
you. It was a little wild.
Everything,
now
everything
she
with
knows,
you
bro.
comes with context.
You got
That's what I always
exactly,
tell people.
bro. I'm not good on print.
So now that you know that there's some history with Jaslene and Andrew Schultz, when you fast forward to today, it's hard to believe that she wasn't the one who pushed Akash into quitting Flagrant. I mean, she even posted a story about Akash and Andrew's friendship after everything happened, and it honestly seemed like she was just celebrating the fact that she was the one to split that up. Like, that is how narcissistic and delusional this vile woman truly is. Like, she really just gaslit Akash into believing that his longtime best friend was backstabbing him. So he quit the podcast because of that, and is consuming God knows what now to bury that deep down inside of him. I mean, he's essentially being suppressed by his master here. Then on top of that, she's now apparently still trying to become some kind of influencer, I guess, as she just signed to a talent agency, which she of course is bragging on and on about on her Instagram page.
Well, well, well. So to all the people that didn't believe in me and didn't think I could provide anything, I just had my third call with an agency today. I think it's safe to say your girl is going to start making money soon.
Rich.
The tables have turned. So what are you going to do for me now that I'm making money?
Wow.
So by the way she's talking here, it really just seems like she thinks that she's going to be bringing home as much money as Akash is now, just because
This
she
is
signed a deal with a
insane.
talent agency.
How delusional can you be? At the end of the day, right, like all of the attention that she currently gets is off of this drama. She wasn't getting attention like there or off of the husband's connections. Not because people actually like who she is or like her deep thoughts in life or she's someone to pay attention to. She comes off annoying, pretentious, entitled with this main character energy shit with very little substance to say something of meaning and or value. The content is like just shock value through shitting on her husband and like these personal stories where she paints herself as like a feminist, sexually liberated girl boss and oversharing things that nobody wanted to hear. People are more interested in watching how she's ruining her husband's life than actually listening to her speak. That's why her platform doesn't grow.
Which in reality most likely won't amount to anything, since the virality and success that she so desperately wants sort of requires her to have at least one kind of interesting or redeeming quality in her content.
Yes.
So you just know that this won't really amount to much, because her content just consists of her burning through her husband's money, and of course her just milking the drama she put her husband through 7 months ago, since that's quite literally the biggest thing that has and will ever happen to her in the media.
You know, like, people always ask me, like, how are you so unaffected by, like, all these think pieces about you? Because it all sounds so fucking dumb to me. What my real issue is like, why do these people, when they talk about me, they get, like, 10x their normal views?
Yep. That's
but when
what I'm
I
saying.
talk, and I'm me, I'm talking.
Yep.
I don't.
Look, after
I just explained it to you if you ever watch this. I just explained it to you. They're more interested in watching the downfall of your now husband that you caused. Nobody caused it. People aren't talking about you because they're racist. People aren't talking about you because they're sexist or whatever you're doing to escape accountability and deflect from your behavior and your actions that are destroying your husband to where now he looks like this. But to simply ignore all of this and to continue to pursue a career.
Okay. Yeah. I think we I think we ran I think this has ran its course. I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip. That was a 2-hour stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm putting this in the classic bin. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. RB Sensei out.